Navigating the financial waves with Gerald the goldfish. Hey there, financial followers. Today we're diving deep into some seriously choppy waters. And look at Gerald's worried face as he sees these waves coming. We've got three massive financial waves hitting the markets at once, and Gerald's been watching the chaos unfold from behind his tiny calculator. First up, and you can see why our little friend is nervous, we're looking at what the whole financial aquarium is saying about our economic future. And just like Finding Nemo's darker moments, Gerald's favorite movie, by the way, we're talking about some scary stuff, our savings doing the disappearing act. Let's start with what's making Gerald hide behind his plans. We're facing a $50 trillion debt tsunami. That's more numbers than pieces of fish food Gerald's ever seen. To put that in perspective, if you stacked $50 trillion in dollar bills, you'd reach the moon 40 times. Even Gerald's cousin Larry, a deep-sea fish, would be impressed by those depths. The global economy is just like his aquarium. Everything needs perfect balance. Too much debt? That's like overfeeding your goldfish. Sure, it seems nice at first, but eventually, well, Gerald knows all about tank cleanings. And right now, governments are overfeeding the economy with more debt than a pufferfish at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Speaking of big fish, Jamie Dimon, who Gerald considers the big shark at JP Morgan, is cautiously pessimistic. That's banker speak for something smells fishy. He's processing $10 trillion daily through his bank, which has Gerald's head spinning. That's more money than all the fish food sold in history. Even the water quality sensor in Gerald's tank is showing signs of stress. Gold prices are swimming up faster than his dash to feeding time. Why? Because governments are playing what Gerald calls print money and pray. Spoiler alert. That strategy works about as well as Gerald trying to ride a bicycle. Gerald says we're watching a monetary destruction show, and our little friend definitely doesn't want front row seats to that. Let's dive deeper into the three major currents that have Gerald's fins in a twist. First current, the debt undertow has Gerald swimming in circles with worry. We're seeing a global refinancing crisis that's bigger than the tails in his grandfather's photo album. Interest rates are soaring higher than Gerald's personal jumping record, and emerging markets are swimming in waters so dangerous that Gerald won't even go near that side of the tank. Second current, the inflation tide has our finned friend checking his treasure chest twice daily. Money is being printed faster than his guppy neighbors can reproduce. And if you've seen Gerald's guppy neighbors, that's really saying something. Real wages are sinking faster than his favorite lead singer, and savings are evaporating like water in the Sahara, which Gerald learned about in his late-night geography documentary binges. Third current. The investment rapids have Gerald holding onto his castle extra tight. Traditional safe harbors are getting as rough as a storm in the North Sea, while bonds are performing worse than Gerald's hilarious attempts at climbing stairs. Meanwhile, banks are playing hot potato with risky assets, and Gerald can barely watch the spectacle unfolding. So what's a smart investor to do? Well, our aquatic analyst has been studying the experts' recommendations, swimming back and forth between different strategies. He's particularly excited about gold, making his treasure chest gleam with pride every morning. Stocks are next on his list. You should see the detailed pictures of bull and bear fish he's got arranged on his tank wall. Real estate has caught his eye too. He's not just admiring his castle as decoration anymore, but as an investment inspiration. And yes, there's crypto too, though Gerald can't help but roll his eyes when Dimon compares Bitcoin to a waterproof towel. Here's the thing, folks. The economy is just like his ecosystem. When someone dumps too much food in, that's debt. Or the filter stops working, that's bad monetary policy. Guess who suffers? The little fish. And by little fish, Gerald means all us regular folks. We're talking about a situation more tangled than the fishing line collection he keeps warning his cousin about. But don't go belly up just yet. Remember, every crisis is also an opportunity. Just look at Gerald's tankmate, who bought real estate during the last crash. Now he has 2 plastic castles and a bubble maker, living the dream. Let's look at Gerald's practical survival strategies. Build an emergency fund bigger than a whale's appetite. Invest in yourself. Gerald's taking underwater basket weaving classes. Don't put all your fish eggs in one basket. Stay informed about market currents. Keep some dry powder. Gerald prefers his wet naturally. Before we wrap up this financial fish fry, here's what Gerald wants you to remember. Protect your assets like he guards his bubble nest. Diversify more than his color-changing cousin. Stay informed. Gerald's always watching Chaos and Capital videos. Don't panic. Gerald says that's for plankton. Think long-term, like his friend the tortoise. Terrible swimmer, but great strategist. If you enjoyed this deep dive into financial waters, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Our little financial advisor needs more friends in his school of followers. We're building the biggest financial fish school on YouTube, and Gerald insists every subscriber gets a virtual fish biscuit. This has been your financial update, with special analysis from Gerald, our CMO. Remember, in the ocean of finance, it's better to swim with the smart fish than sink with the stones. Tomorrow, we'll be exploring why central banks are like jellyfish. Gerald says they look impressive, but nobody knows what they're really doing. And remember, stay liquid, my friends! Now, if you'll excuse him, our little analyst needs to check on his underwater crypto mining operation, which is really just him pushing pebbles around his LED-lit castle. But don't tell him we said that.